transforming lives as we love, serve, and remember who we are.
One heart, one mind,
one soul at a time.
Hello, we are Soul Light Connection. We are the core of the music ministry here at Spiritual Life Center. We're so glad that you've chosen to be with us today. And we want you to know your soul is welcome here.
That's right, you're in the right place at the right time, just where you are meant to be. Let's all sing about it. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. In the right place, I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. Oh my soul is welcome here. Oh my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome. My soul is welcome. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. Oh my soul is welcome here. Oh my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome. Oh my soul is welcome. Oh my soul is welcome here. Oh my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm getting the message. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Good morning, and welcome to the Spiritual Life Center experience that we bring to you wherever you might be on the planet today. We're grateful for your presence as we remind one another we are all interconnected. We are one in the Spirit. We have people across the planet who view our services, and each week I acknowledge at least one place outside the United States where people tune in to our program. Today, I'd like to acknowledge our friends in Colombia. Thank you for connecting with us, and know that you are blessed and a blessing to our planet. At this time, let's take a few moments to commune with the presence of pure spirit in prayer, which is the language of spirit. And we also have the opportunity to affirm the realization of our oneness with everyone across our wonderful earth, as well as the Spirit of the living God. So we turn within. We recognize that we live and move and have our very beingness in divine love. For we know that God is love. And since we come from this loving presence, then we have all the qualities of this presence, and we are here to perfect our loving. in every thought we have, every word we speak, and every action that we take. And as we do that, we are resonating with the highest and best of who and what we are and what God is, what the force is, what this love energy is. And we anchor it on earth. And we're so grateful to be the vessels and the vehicles of this presence. And we go forth amplifying the all love and the all good. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen. Each week we affirm our mission here at Spiritual Life Center. So let's embody that as we take this in our consciousness. We transform lives as we love, serve, and remember. And we do so as we live out these 5 basic unity principles, which is the foundation of what we believe here at Unity. And those principles are as follows. God is absolute good and everywhere present. People are inherently good. Thoughts create our experiences. Prayer and meditation are how we connect with God, and we must take action. Well, today we have a wonderful guest speaker, a guest presenter, and it's the one and only Karen Drucker. Of course, she's not a stranger to our community, but for those who don't know Karen, let me share a little bit about her. Karen's message is all about healing and love. Whether singing one of her positive message songs or sharing stories that are humorous as well as inspiring and heartwarming. She's been a keynote speaker, a women's retreat facilitator, as well as an entertainer who has recorded over 20 CDs. And her inspirational music is available to you everywhere. Karen is also the author of the best-selling book, Let Go of the Shore, Songs and Stories to Set the Spirit Free. You know, her chants and her songs are used around the world and often help people deal with illness and loss or help them feel the need to feel more centered for the day. And I'm sure most of us can use a little bit more of that centeredness in these times. You know, Karen's intention is to be here to make a difference by using her music to open hearts and share a message of hope, acceptance, and of course, love. So I invite you to give a warm virtual welcome to Karen Drucker, who will be your speaker and special music presenter today. You know, each year between January 30th and April the 4th, Spiritual Life Center joins communities around the world, across the planet, as well as like-minded organizations and individuals in what we call the Season for Nonviolence. This event, this season, is inspired by the memorial anniversaries of Mahatma Gandhi and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and thus the dates January 30th and April 4th. Now, the purpose of the Season for Nonviolence is to create an awareness of nonviolent principles and practices as a powerful way to heal, transform, and empower our lives and our communities. And what we seek to do is to demonstrate that every person can move the world in the direction of peace through their daily nonviolent choice and action. And each week during the Season for Nonviolence, an individual from our community does a reading on a principle that supports the purpose of this event. Today, our reading is from our Soul Light Connection drummer, John Gardner. Welcome, John.
Okay. Today I act in kind and loving ways. When I behold the world through the eyes of God, I am awestruck by the beauty of every human being. Today I remember that we are all God's precious children, and I see beyond appearances. Today it's easy for me to be kind and share the profound love of God with others. I may offer a kind word, pick up the newspaper for a neighbor, or open the door for a stranger. I consciously choose to turn the other cheek to people who act in ways that are hurtful to me. And when I act in kind and loving ways, I do my part to make the world a peaceful and beautiful place. Today I find new ways to be kind and loving to all humankind. Well, that sounds great, but that's not always that easy for me. So, 'cause even though I know in my heart of hearts that we're all connected, I can still have a very hard time when I see people that are stuck in their own fear and self-doubt. Even though I know that's what they're coming from, I see that the way they're manifesting themselves in the world, and sometimes it's with aggression, with violence, they're being mean, cruel, or just plain they're being inhuman. And I have to dive in deep to remember that we're all part of the same thing. So what I have to do, and this is what I've been really practicing on, is I breathe. I do a nice big breath, through my nose and let it fill my stomach and just really try to breathe. And I try to breathe in the truth and the remembering of that we're all part of the same thing. And we're not really separate, even though we feel like we are sometimes. And sometimes I can find peace in that. And I'm able to just let go of my own fear, my own self-doubt. And then I'm more likely to be able to accept and to not judge.
Hi, I'm Reverend Deborah Phillips, and here's what's happening at SLC. Join us on Discovering Spirit Within for the Interfaith Connection. My guest is Rachel Lyman, who is the driving force and inspiration behind Interfaith Explorers and a new podcast called Interfaith Connection. Tune in for an enlightening conversation about how an understanding of other faith traditions can contribute to your own spiritual expansion, as Rachel shares her journey into becoming a leading light in the interfaith community. Discovering Spirit Within offers a new episode every Wednesday. And remember, you can access all of the SLC podcasts by going to our website and clicking on the Watch/Listen menu, or by going to your favorite podcast app. As many of you know, each May at our annual meeting, we elect new Board of Trustee members to replace those who have termed out. The first step in that process is to create a trustee recruitment committee, which is comprised of 2 trustees and 2 governing members. This committee discovers and vets potential new board members. This afternoon at 1 p.m., you can join the Board of Trustees for an update on SLC and the selection of the recruitment team. Now, only governing members can vote, but everyone is invited. The Zoom meeting details are on our website. And well, that bingo thing has become a thing. On February 13th, you get to have some Valentine bingo fun. Dress up, decorate, pull out those chocolate hearts, and then sit down with your bingo card and join in the fun. When you register, we will email your bingo cards for you to print. And if you are not able to receive email or print out your bingo cards, you may choose to have one copy of your bingo card mailed to you. The mailing deadline is Monday, February 8th, so register now and get your cards. Not only is Karen Drucker our guest speaker today, she will also be offering a women's retreat in February, and here she is to tell you more.
So I have a message just for the women of your wonderful community. And my question for you is, how are you doing with self-care these days? Are you treating yourself with love and kindness every day? When you get triggered, are you able to just come back to your heart? Or are you like me, that you've been a little wigged out and maybe eating a little bit more and, well, all that kind of stuff that may maybe not be so good for us? So I am inviting you to join me on February 6th for a wonderful women's retreat, women's gathering, women's meeting, whatever you want to call this. It's going to be a time where you are going to be with like-minded women, and we're going to be singing a lot, and some meditation, prayer, and journaling, and being in small groups where we can just talk about stuff and just get clear on what is happening and how to take better care of ourselves during these times. Because I truly believe that the more we take care of ourselves, the more we can heal the world. So Parker Palmer said, self-care is never a selfish act. It is only good stewardship of the gift that I am here to give to others. And that's really what this is about, that self-care is actually healing the world. So I hope you'll join me on February 6th. You could sign up on the website, and I'll see you then.
Register now, ladies, for a wonderful experience. And you know, we love to greet our newcomers. And while we cannot greet you in person, we want you to know that we are very happy you are with us today as you walk your own unique path. You can learn more about us by going to slcworld.org/connect. And when you fill out the online card, you can choose to receive our weekly message, find opportunities for connecting with our prayer chaplains and online small groups as well. You can also ask to be notified of greater ways to connect with us virtually as we expand our online community. And speaking of connecting, you can find details for all of the happenings at SLC by simply going to our website, slcworld.org. Thank you for joining us today. We are honored to be with you in the Spirit.
Good morning, Spiritual Life Center. Karen Drucker. Yay! Coming to you once again. Very happy to be with you this morning. I hope you're going to sing along with me. This is my magic wand, you know. It says that you can sing. Okay? So I'll teach it to you in just a second. It goes like this. What do I want to be today? I choose. And what do I want to feel today? I choose. That's what my whole talk is going to be about today, actually. And what do I want to say today? I choose. It's up to me to choose. I choose. I choose. All right. I want you to get up. If you're sitting down, I want you to stand up. You're going to dance around. Stretch, flex, stretch, flex. You can do this. Today, I choose to be grateful, so grateful today. I choose to be grateful, grateful. Your turn. Here we go. Today, I choose to be grateful, so grateful today. I choose to be grateful, grateful. How about happy today? Today, I choose to be happy, so happy today. Today, I choose to be happy, happy. How about peaceful today? I choose to be peaceful, so peaceful today. I choose to be peaceful, peaceful. Whatever I choose is how my day's gonna be. I claim what I want, 'cause it's all up to me. Today, I choose to be loving, so loving. You sing. Today, I choose to be loving, loving. How about I'm joyful today? Today, I choose to be joyful, so joyful today. Today, I choose to be joyful, joyful. Now pick your own word. Today, I choose. What's your word of the day? To be. Today, I choose. Pick another word. Today, I choose. Today, I choose. Because here's what it comes down to. Whatever I choose is how my day's gonna be. Claim what I want, 'cause it's all up to me. It's all up to me. Today, I choose to be thankful, so thankful today. I choose to be thankful, thankful. Let's go back to grateful. Today, I choose to be grateful, so grateful today.
We believe there is tremendous power in the spoken word. So if it feels comfortable for you, please speak aloud our vision statement. Spiritual Life Center is a loving, vibrant family that welcomes home all people and accepts everyone, no exceptions, weaving ancient spiritual traditions with emerging wisdom. We cultivate a spiritual deepening with the divine, each other, and our planet.
So let's have a little meditation time, shall we? So my talk today is going to be all about kindness. And you know, that starts with you. Kindness starts with you. So this little chant, may I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. So right now, put your hand over your heart. Let me teach this to you. You're just going to sing this to yourself. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. So direct that energy of loving kindness right to yourself, giving yourself credit for all you do in the world, who you are, the love you give out. Sing with me once. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well, peaceful. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. So now think about someone in your life, someone you love, and direct that energy that came from your heart to them and say, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well, peaceful. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. So imagine giving that love out to somebody, that they might feel it right now, wherever they are. But I'm going to challenge you a little bit right now. Think of someone you have a little bit of an issue with, someone who might trigger you a little bit. Doesn't have to be a big forgiveness. Just for this moment, just say, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well, peaceful. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. Take a deep breath. Now let's extend that bubble of love that's coming from your heart out into your community, all of Sacramento, all the surrounding communities, state of California, all around the world. Sending some love to Washington this week, this month, this year. And say, may we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. And may we be happy. So picture those places that they're feeling that love from you, feeling that peace. So let's just take a moment to be in silence. So put your hand over your heart, giving that love back to yourself. So let's just take a moment and breathe. So coming back, let's sing that one more time. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. Just that last line. And may I be happy. Now let's affirm and say, I am happy, and you're allowed to smile. And I am happy. So that's what it's all about, is filling up your cup. Allowing yourself to be filled up first, to be able to give that to the world. And that is what I think is going to heal the world. So taking a deep breath. So my religion is kindness, and I practice it every day. The Dalai Lama said, "This is my religion. There is no need for temples, no need for complicated philosophy. Our own brain, our own hearts is the temple. The philosophy simply is kindness." Go. My religion is kindness. My church is nature. My God is a feeling that lives deep inside. My job is to be conscious. My path is forgiveness. My religion is kindness, and I practice it every day. Now, everyone has a story. Everyone has pain. When we strip away our masks, we find that we're really all the same. It's those little things we say and do that can mean so much. It's a smile, a connection, a simple love and touch. My religion is kindness. My church is nature. My God is this feeling that lives deep inside. My job is to be conscious. That's the job. My path is forgiveness. My religion is kindness, and I practice it every day. Every day. Now, today I'm gonna ask myself, what more can I do? What can I do now? To be a radiant child of God. Let my love shine through. I'll let my heart be my guide to give the best of me. I'm gonna share my love and share my joy. Give it boundlessly. My religion is kindness. My church is nature. My God is this feeling. Lives deep inside. My job is to be conscious. My path's forgiveness. My religion is kindness. Gonna practice it every day. Time to go on. And it matches my purple. Do you notice? Purple day. I said, now Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Then Jack fell down and broke his crown. Jill came running after. She said, Jack, tell me, what can I do to help ease your mind? He said, hold my hand and just be kind. No, I'll be fine. My religion is kindness. My church is nature. My God is a feeling. Lives so deep inside. My job is to be conscious. My path is forgiveness. My religion is kindness. Gonna practice it every day. Every day. My religion is kindness. And my church is nature. My God is a feeling. Lives so deep inside. My job is to be conscious. My path is forgiveness. My religion is kindness. Practice it every day. Every day. My religion is kindness. Gonna practice it every day. Every day. My religion is kindness. And I'm gonna practice it. Will you practice it with me? Every day. Every day. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Big applause. Ah. The like that. This is my new applause button. I was complaining to someone that I don't get to hear applause anymore, so she gave that to me. Isn't that great? So my religion is kindness, and I practice it every day. And it's a practice. It's a practice. Oy, sometimes it can be a practice. When you get triggered, it's a practice. But you know what? That word practice can really be turned around to be, it's an honor, it's a blessing, it's a prayer to practice this. Make the practice of kindness be like a spiritual practice. And, you know, I just think that when I come from that place of practicing kindness, when that is in my consciousness, my world changes. And I start my day that way. I start my day saying, what is it that I want to say today? That's why I sang that song. What is it I want to be today? Who do I want to? What do I want to say? What do I want to feel today? It's a choice. It's a choice of saying, I'm going to practice this way of being. Even if I get triggered, even if I get a little pissy at someone, I'm going to practice this. So a few stories of kindness, because I think this is what we need in the world right now, is just, I'm on a mission. I am on a mission of kindness. And I read this story about this little girl who, with the pandemic, she heard about it, that there were people that were lonely. And she's 4 years old. Her name is Luna. She lives in Belgium. And she decided that her way of showing kindness, to make her practice be kindness, that she was going to write letters and drawings to some of the people that she knew were just alone in her community. So she would write her little letters and she would deliver them. And then one day she said to her mom, this just doesn't feel right. I feel like I need to be an official postman to make these people know that I really care about them. And it's official. It's not just me. And so her mom was so touched by this that she wrote to the local post office and said, is there any way that I can get a little outfit for her, that you could give me a little post bag or something that we could deliver these letters with? And so they delivered. And this is little Luna. Can you see this picture? That she goes door to door to all these people in her little outfit delivering her little messages. And she said she makes occasional breaks at the jungle gym, but ends her work day feeling tired but very happy. Kindness. And then a story that really touched my heart. I was at a grocery store recently, and I saw a musician friend of mine who had to take a job because all his gigs had been gone for last year, like mine, you know, and he needed money. And so he applied at this local grocery store, and the only availability was being the person who takes the carts and sanitizes them and gives them to people. And at the beginning of this job, he thought, oh, this is so humiliating. I'm a musician. I should be playing, you know, but he needed to feed his family. What's he going to do? But then he had a switch. He just did one of those little aha moments, and he said, I realized in that moment that there were so many people coming into this store that I might be the only person they see that day in the flesh, that they could be alone, and this is their only adventure that they're doing, is going out to get their groceries. And so he transformed this job to be one of being a beacon of loving kindness to everyone who walked in that store. And when he gave them the cart, he looked in their eyes and said, how are you? How you doing? And really connected. And he's made this job be into this miraculous, loving situation where people now greet him by name. He loves the job. It's fabulous. So how can we do this? How can we have that switch, that aha moment to go, oh, I can transform this situation in the smallest way by just taking that time to be kind? So I've said this before. This is kind of one of my things, but I'm all about how we start our day. And one of my practices that I do is I put my hand on my heart every morning. I say this with every talk, every workshop. This is my thing that I want to always just give to people. And you put your hand on your heart and you say, what does my heart have to say today? And then right after that, you say, what is my word for today? So what does my heart have to say? And you allow whatever comes up and just allow it to be. And then you say, what is my word? And that word, I can guarantee you, will be the foundation for your day. So if it's present or loving or aware or kind or joyful, you will manifest that not only by what you do, but also by what you see around you. And the choice is yours every morning. The choice is yours. You know, do you start your day with kindness? Do you just feel this loving warmth to yourself? Did you walk into the restroom this morning, into your bathroom, and look in the mirror and go, oh my God, have you gotten more beautiful overnight? What's the deal? Oh my God, look at you. Did you do that? Or did you look at your body and have judgments and go, oh my God, it's all dropping? I mean, how do you start your day? And so when you start your day by being aware of yourself and what you're saying to yourself, you know, one of my favorite songs is, I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself. And I will love myself like a newborn baby child. Can you be gentle with yourself? I mean, especially in these times right now that are so crazy and wacky and there's so much stress just being put on us. Are you gentle with yourself? Are you being aware of what you say to yourself? So I have a little game I play in all of my retreats that I lead. It's called Drop and Give Me 20. And it doesn't mean that you have to drop down and do 20 push-ups. What it means is every time you say something that is negative about yourself, anytime you say anything that's negative, that you drop into this place in your heart that knows the truth about you, that knows the truth. So what that might look like is, oh gosh, you know, I'm not good at math. I just can't, you know, or I got this project. It's just too overwhelming. I can't do this project. I'm really stupid. I can't do it. Either you say it to yourself or you have a friend say, excuse me, what did you say? Drop and give me. And you drop into your heart and you have to come up with 20 is big. I'd say, give me 5. Give me 5 things. So you drop in your heart and you say 5 things that you know are true about yourself. Well, yes, this is overwhelming, but I've done things like this before, and I'm smart, and I can ask for help, and I'm capable, and, you know, this is me just creating havoc for myself. I know I can do this. And you drop in that place, and, you know, anytime you do something scary, your critic is right there to just go, girlfriend, you shouldn't be doing this. So what you have to say back to your critic is you say, I know you are there. I hear what you say, but that is not my truth today. I know you are there. I hear what you say, but that is not my truth today. Because every time you do that, you bring back your own power. And again, everything I'm saying today is all about that power, you loving yourself, is what's going to heal this world. When you don't love yourself, when you're walking around in criticism and, oh, I'm not good enough, it's like you put blinders on and you're walking around with blinders. And the world cannot see your light when you have blinders on. We need your light right now. We really need your light right now. So I'm going to give you a little story about the most ultimate story to me of self-love. There was a woman in Kansas. She was a nurse. And she never liked her body. She hated her body. She always criticized it. Talk about dropping, give me 20. All day long, she would say negative things to herself about her body, about who she was, all this kind of stuff. But then she got diagnosed with ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease. And because she was a nurse, she knew what this was going to be. She knew how long, she had an idea of how long she had. And she made a vow to herself. She said, I am not going to leave this world hating myself. I'm not going to leave this world hating myself and judging myself. And I'm going to love myself by the time my time is done. So she made this game that she had to stand in front of the mirror every day, naked, and find things that she loved about herself. Now, when she first started, that negative list was huge. She couldn't find one thing that was good. But this was her practice. She was going to do this. Even if it was just 5 minutes a day, she was going to do this. And she did it for months and months. And eventually she got to a point where she was in a wheelchair and naked, putting herself in front of that mirror, trying to find those positive things. And eventually she found one thing. I like my hair. Wow, and my hands, what a miracle that my hands work. And she started to look for the smallest things. And in so doing, she shifted. That's what transformation and enlightenment can be, like that in a moment. And she shifted and she started to see the good and started to make lists and lists of what was good about her and what she had accomplished in her life and the sweetness that she gave to people and all these different qualities. And the miracle of this story is that she reversed her diagnosis, that she's one of a handful of people who has cured herself of ALS. Her name is Evie McDonald. You can Google her. And it's an amazing story, and I was very blessed to meet her. I wrote a song about this called I Look Good. And I met her at a conference, and she was so inspiring, and she eventually quit being a nurse and became a minister, and her message was love and gratitude and kindness. So the next time you find yourself whining about your wrinkles or something, remember that story and be easy on yourself. Love yourself. Be gentle with yourself. We need your light. So the thing is, when we allow ourselves to fill our tank up, when we allow ourselves to give ourselves credit for all of who we are, we can then take that and give it to others. And we never know what other people are going through. We never know what small act of kindness can make a huge difference to someone. Now, I know you know all this stuff, but I'm here to remind you today that it's the smallest acts of kindness that can make the difference. So I was getting my hair done, and while the goop was on my hair, yes, I color my hair. I was sitting there for 30 minutes. I'm just waiting for the goop to dry and get me all red again. And I was listening to a woman who was next to me, 6 feet away, and she was talking to my friend Ann, who owns this shop. And Ann's got her own problems of, hoping that she can keep her shop open during the pandemic and all this kind of stuff. But I was listening to this woman talk about how hard this all was for her because she was alone and she was taking care of her husband who has cancer. And it was all up to her, and she was just talking. Now, I don't know about you, but to me, the greatest gift we can ever give anybody is that they are seen and they are heard. Greatest gift, being seen and heard. In all my women's retreats, every time someone says anything, we just say, we see you, we hear you. And so as I'm observing this, I'm noticing Anne, who just keeps going, really, tell me more. What else? And she just allowed this woman for 20 minutes while she was getting her little hair all coiffed to just talk and be there and listen and hold space. And it was so moving to me because this woman walked out and she looked perfect, and anybody walking down the street would look at her and go, oh, she just, look at her, she's got it all together. No one knows what's going on for her and how hard her life is right now. But I said to Anne, what a gift you have given her. That's like, it's so much more than getting her hair done. It was like spiritual therapy for her just to be able to be seen and heard. One of my favorite quotes is, be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. And one of the things that I feel about this time that we're in is it's all about connection. It's all about, Brene Brown says we are hardwired for connection. And for some of us, for some people, they're being alone. So what is it that we can do for those people? How can we connect with each other in this time period? That we let people know that they're not alone. That they're not alone. When I would travel, I would always be amazed at how people would be on their cell phones and we'd all be waiting for the plane, and like no one was talking to each other. They're all just with their little cell phones down. And I found this quote that I thought was so great. Now, I love my cell phone. You got to know, I do love my cell phone. But when you think about how it keeps us from connecting, not so good. So in the not too distant future, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook will merge to form one giant, idiotic, supersized, time-wasting, non-productive, time-stealing, mind-numbing, do not need to know website called YouTwitface. You know, and I would always laugh so much because I'd get on the plane and someone would be about to sit down in the seat next to me, and I'd say, "Oh, hi, how are you?" And they literally would look at me with, "Oh my God, you're going to be a talker. If I say hello to you, you're going to be a talker." You know, and I always wanted to just say to them, just, you know, relax. I'm just saying hello. I'm not going to talk to you for 3 hours. But, you know, it's connecting with people. It's letting people know that they're seen and heard. And it's that kindness, those small kindnesses. You know, one of the things, well, now on the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, we don't have this anymore, but it used to be you could pay for the person behind you. You know, you give the toll taker your money and say, "Oh, let me pay for the person behind." I've had so many people try and like drive up to thank me and practically crash into me. But, you know, I actually found a story that happened recently at Dairy Queen in Kansas City, that there was someone, a woman came up and she came up to the drive-through, and the guy said, "Oh no, your meal was paid by the person in front of you." And she was so stunned by this that this had never happened to her before. So she said, "Well, I've got to do this." And she looked behind her to make sure there wasn't like a van full of, 20 football players behind her. But she saw one person, and she said, "Well, let me pay it forward to that person." So she paid, whatever money, she just gave extra money to that person. And this went on for an hour. All these people just kept paying for each other. Pay it forward, pay it forward, pay it forward. One of the things too that I do when I'm on the road is I would go to Starbucks, my personal church, and I would always tithe to the person if I saw that they were, trying to get their money out and they couldn't get their money out or something like that. And there was this one woman in particular, I just cracked up. This was one of my favorite stories to tell, that I saw her order a cup of coffee, and she was trying to find her money. And I said to the barista, "Oh, no, I'll pay for her." And this woman just turns her head and looks at me like, "What are you talking about? What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I'd like to just pay for your coffee." And she goes, "I don't need you to pay for my coffee. I'm fine." And I went, "Well, this is just a little gift I'm giving you today. You could just take it, no big deal." And she said, "I don't, give it to someone who needs it. I don't need it." And I said, "Lady, it's just a cup of coffee. Just, this is something I love to do." And she goes, "Fine, whatever." So I'm thinking, oh God, why did I do this? So now we're standing down the line waiting for our coffee, and I'm thinking, oh, this was really a mistake. I'm embarrassed and whatever. And then all of a sudden, in the quiet, just waiting for our coffees to come up, she looks at me and she says, "Wow, no one ever does that for me. No one ever does that for me." And I said, "Well, gosh, thank you so much. I mean, it's a privilege to do this. It's something it makes me feel good, so thank you." And then we stood there for another minute, just kind of like, and then she goes, "Is this one of those pay it forward kind of things?" I went, whatever. But when you do that, when you give kindness, even the smallest amounts of kindness, when you do those kindness things, it releases oxytocin. It releases serotonin, the feel-good hormones that just make you feel good. I mean, in a way, I can almost say that it's almost selfish, to do this, because it makes me feel good. It's part of my spiritual practice to do this. And one of the things that I think is so important right now is to look at the idea that when we give comfort to someone, when we go out of our comfort zone to be kind, you don't always know what you're going to get. You don't always know that. It might not always be reciprocated or received in the way you want. But don't you think right now, with all that's going on in the world, that this could really be our calling to do this? That we are all being called to step up in this way, step up to reaching across the divide, even if you don't agree with someone, that you can still see their humanity. I mean, it's a challenge for all of us right now. But there's a lot of disagreement going on in this world. And to me, my feeling is that this is one of the most accessible, easy, you can do it. You don't have to call a senator or your congressperson to say, what do I do? This one act can be what you do every day to yourself, to the people you love, your immediate family, to the world. I mean, even here's a story. Just the most smallest act. I had a friend who was complaining. She was so irritated at her husband because every morning he would make a bagel. He cut the bagel, and there are all these sesame seeds all over the counter. So when she would come in to get her coffee in the morning, she'd be so irritated because there would just be bagel crumbs and sesame seeds everywhere. And she would say, Ira, can you just simply take a little cloth, take the sponge, just wipe it off, just for me. And every morning, he wouldn't do it. And she would start her day being irritated and triggered. No matter what she said, this wouldn't do it. Finally, one day, she comes in. She's getting irritated for the 90 millionth time. And all of a sudden, this is how spirit works. This is what enlightenment can be. Like, I got to make a good snap. Like that. It was just a snap. It was all of a sudden one of those aha moments where she looked at the bagel crumbs and realized that by seeing those bagel crumbs, that he was still here. After 60 years of marriage or whatever, and he was in ill health, but the fact that she could see those crumbs meant he was still here. And for the first time that morning, she had a transformation of saying, I'm going to approach this situation with love and kindness. And she swept up the crumbs and went and kissed her husband and said, I love you. I mean, that's what it's about. The smallest things. And then that transforms the world. But we have to get out of our comfort zone of what we think is appropriate. We have to be able to allow ourselves to take that risk and smile at someone who might not smile back. I mean, I'm even noticing on the trails whether people are just nervous about, even though we all have masks on when we're hiking on a trail, I'm noticing sometimes people don't even want to say hello. Like they think if they say hello, it's going to be bad. So I'm going by saying hi, and sometimes no one's even saying hello back to me. And I thought, okay, well, let that go. But I think that when we have an opportunity to trust our hearts and know when it's appropriate to reach out, to trust your intuition, to trust your heart, that someone might need something, that's the key. So I'll leave you with one more story. That there was a guy who was having lunch one day, and he noticed a woman coming and sitting in the next booth next to him. And she was an elderly woman, and she was all dressed up, and she had a little corsage, and her hair was all coiffed. And he immediately wanted to stand up and go to her and just comment on how pretty she looked. But just as he was about to do it, he felt kind of vulnerable, and he didn't do it. And then all of a sudden, her whole family came in and was like, okay, not supposed to do that. So he had his lunch, and as he's getting up, and he notices the whole family and grandkids and everybody, and they're all there with her. And he starts to walk by her, and something tells him, go back. Something says to him, just go back, just do this. And he goes back to her table, and he kind of bends down a little bit, and he says, I'm sorry, excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt your your lunch here. But I just needed to tell you, you look beautiful in that color. And the corsage is perfect, and your hair looks pretty, and you just look really beautiful. And I just felt like I wanted to tell that to you. He said, excuse me for interrupting. And he started to walk away. And she said, no, come back, please. And he said, well, we don't know each other. And she goes, yes, I know you. I know you. And he was like, how do you know me? And she goes, today we're celebrating my 1-year anniversary of my husband's passing. And this is my family, and they're all here to celebrate that I did it, that I've carried on, and that I'm still here. And what you said to me is exactly what my husband would have said to me. So we never know how God could be using us. We never know how Spirit might give us a little tap and say, go do this. Go call that friend today that you haven't heard from, that you haven't talked to for a long time. Go do this. Maya Angelou said, continue to be who and how you are, to astonish a mean world with your acts of kindness. So I'm going to give you a little chorus. I hope you'll sing with me. It goes like this. All we can do is be there for each other in these times when we don't know what to do. All we can do is be there for each other and help each other through. Can you sing that with me? All we can do is be there for each other in these times, in those times when we don't know what to do. All we can do is be there for each other. All we can do is be there for each other, help each other, help each other through. Sing it again, yeah. All we can do is be there for each other in these times when we don't know what to do. All we can do is be there for each other and help each other through. So I have a question for you. I'm going to give you a little challenge this week. This is your homework. The question is this: if you were to be kind to yourself, just this week, sometime this week, what would you do? What is one thing you could do for yourself that would be just so sweet and kind? And go out of your comfort zone. If it means spending money on something or doing something you don't normally do, do it. You're helping the world by that. And then if you were going to be kind to another person in your life, what would you do this week? One thing. Commit right now. One thing you could do to another person. Maybe it's picking up that phone. Maybe it's thinking about some of the people in your church that might be alone, who aren't hearing from people. Maybe you're the one who's supposed to call them. If not now, when? If not you, who? Maybe it's you. And if you were going to do one act of kindness to the world this week, what would that be? To your community, sending love, prayers, whatever it is. 'Cause all we can do is be there for each other and help each other through. Thank you for listening. Namaste. Be good to yourself.
Thank you for being part of our service today. And a special thanks to Karen Drucker for her musicality and message. My religion is kindness. If we all made that our religion, our world indeed would be transformed in a twinkling of an eye. Well, I'll be back next Sunday, and my talk is Faith That Moves Mountains, in which we continue to build upon the spiritual basics as we can all embark on this adventure called life. Also join me and other friends and members of Spiritual Life Center in the virtual courtyard on Zoom at 10:15 Pacific Standard Time. You can find the link by going to our website, slcworld.org, and clicking the Events tab and going to the virtual courtyard. So let's chat a little bit today. Right now, this is your opportunity to help Spiritual Life Center continue to provide these spiritual experiences for you and anyone else that joins in with us. And not only is it for what our Sunday experiences are, but our weekly podcasts, our prayer and meditation classes, as well as other transformational experiences during the week. So now I invite you to support Spiritual Life Center with your donation or your gift, and to give what you can. It makes a tremendous difference and is highly appreciated. You can give by texting SLC Love to 44321. That's SLC Love to 44321. Or go to our website, slcworld.org, click the Donate tab, and give in other ways, including by mail. And now I invite you to join in as we say our offertory blessing together. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. Thank you, God.
All right, let's end with this song. I think some of you have sung it before. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Oh, other way around. Love, joy, whatever. I'll teach it to you. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Sing with me now. Let there be peace. Take a stand. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Sing it again. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Now let's really listen to those words. With all that's going on in this world, let's really take a stand in your heart. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Love, let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now. With loving kindness, with peace, with joy, with love. Let yourself be that beacon of light that heals the world with your love and joy and peace. Let it ripple out to the world. The kinder you are to yourself, the kinder the world will be. Let's heal this world together, shall we? We can do it. 'Cause we are making a new world
And now, let us join together and say our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, I am, and all is well.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Spiritual Life Center, transforming lives as we love, serve, and remember who we are. One heart.